Okay, here we go. All right, yeah, here it shows that I'm live. Fantastic. So I have been asked at least 3 times in the last 2 days, how do I make the image that I have on the back of my cards? Here, I want to, I'm opening up Facebook so I can see if any other questions pop up while I'm live here, because I don't actually see you. I don't actually see the Facebook. All right, so question, how do I do the back of my cards? Some of you know that I'm a serial entrepreneur and I have multiple businesses. One of those is in the card business. I love sending cards, which is part of why I am part of that business. It made sense when I first got started. I was simply using it as a customer for that company. Oh, by the way, pardon the background. We're under reconstruction after the reconstruction. So my office cubicle got, fell apart when we were moving everything for the repairs that were being done on the garage. The repairs are done. Now I need to put an office back together. So this is a temporary layout at the moment. We go with the flow and I'll figure something out, because it feels weird to me that the cubicle only goes like up to here over here because of how it has to lean in order to be able to stand up. And yeah, anywho, some of the card backs that I've done over the years that people have commented about or asked about, like this is one to where I've just picture me and my husband and I have a little bit of words on the back, and then our signature. So people have asked, oh, how do you do that? But people have also asked, how do you do this one? And so I'm going to show you in just a moment some just the program that I use that you have access to where I use some images that are in that program, and then I also add my own. So this one, check this out. Okay, it's, don't check out my nail polish. But check this out. This is basically for instead of snail mail, it's turtle mail, because we're in Hawaii, we've got little turtles, right? Let's see. Here's another one that I've had quite a few comments about, just because of the image with the sunset. Let's see. This one with pictures from this is when we did Beauty and the Beast, and then our family photo for that year. I've also had this one. You've seen this picture before. So this picture was taken in the elevator when we were in Boston. Well, we were in Massachusetts, and that was Halloween weekend of 2019. So that was just before all the COVID stuff started hitting. But we flew to Massachusetts on Thursday night, so that we could be there for I think it was, Thursday night. We were there for the Friday night show that our daughter did, to where it was the second night. I don't think it was opening night. I think opening night was on the Thursday, but we flew out there Thursday and then we flew back to Hawaii on Sunday. It was a very quick trip, but you know what? It was very important for us to make it. Oh, hey, GMA. And Kathy and Tina, wonderful to see you. So yeah, this picture was from that trip that we felt it was important to go see our daughter play in college, one of her plays. Let's see, this is another card back that I've done, and this is for one of my businesses. Yes, I am a serial entrepreneur. I have multiple businesses. If you ever wonder what I do, you can go to the link in my bio, or you can go to liveabetterway.com and you can see everything that I do. Here's another card back that I've done that I've had a lot of people comment on. Also had a lot of comments on this one. And this one, I like to use this one at Halloween time, to where it's just, a black cat, or it's just black with the two eyes of the cat, and just my quick little contact information. I like to use this one at holiday time, like Christmas type holiday time, where it says sprinkle kindness like confetti this holiday season. And being that I live in Hawaii, I was like, oh, to have, the Christmas ornaments on the beach, that's apropos. It's a good fit for me. And this is actually a duplicate of the card that I sent to myself to hand in person to my boss. This is my resignation card. I did it as a thank you. And the one that I just had in the last 2 days, 3 people asked me, how do you do this? Is this one. So is it? Yeah, this one. I thought maybe I was upside down. So this one where there's film strips with different images. So like, for example, there, let's see, where were we? That was, and so I love this one because those cards look so huge on video. Yeah, so these are the 5x7. These are the regular cards, so that's how they come out. And I have a good size head. And as you know, we have gigantic cards, and those are bigger than my head. But let's see. So this one, it's my hubby and I were having dinner at El Matador. And so yes, I'm going to show you in just a moment how I make the back for these cards. So this was El Matador restaurant. That was this past January and that's in Fayetteville, Arkansas. And if you want to know the story behind how that picture came about and why we were there, feel free to private message me. Let's see, this is our family photo. One of those things to where it's like, when we're all together at Christmas time, one of the things that I tell my kids is what I want this Christmas is a family photo. Let's see. This one that's cut off a little bit on the side. That's when my husband and I completed in 2020 the virtual Honolulu Marathon. So December, uh, Christmas Eve 2019. So Christmas Eve, just before January 1st, 2020, just before the ringing of midnight, my husband looked at me and he said, do you want to do the Honolulu Marathon with me? Little did we know that everything was going to get shut down and all that stuff. But do you want to do the Honolulu Marathon with me this coming year? And I said yes. And after that, I was like, what did I get myself into? Why did I say yes? But there's a lot of good stuff that came out of that. And we finished it because it went virtual. So we did have some friends that set up little aid stations for us. So thank you to those friends that would like bring water. And even like Sarah Govier and her daughter went to Starbucks and got me like my favorite Starbucks drink. So that was super sweet. And they created a finish line for us with a little banner. And this is me and my husband as we're coming across the finish line, even though by what was it? Was it about mile 8 or so? I injured my knee. But I finished it, and there's a whole longer story about that. But since I'm going to be doing a tutorial, I don't want to go into that whole story. This is went to the holiday kickoff in Salt Lake City for Send Out Cards, which is this company. This is sunset here in Hawaii. This is when we took our daughter to Disney World. That was my first time going to Disney World, her first time going to Disney World, and that was May of last year. So May 2020, what year are we? So May 2021. Let's see. And this picture, let's see, this one's cut off, can't really see. But then this picture right here, I was with Wendy Hoggett, and we were taking pictures outside in Salt Lake City. There is a building where you can go work on your family genealogy. Before going inside, there's so many beautiful flowers right outside that I was taking pictures. And this particular one, if you look closely, just not my nail polish. But there was a bee, and I was able to capture that bee. And so these are just some of the photos that I like to share. And this definitely makes a great talking piece to, when I get together and people go, what about these pictures? And we've had a lot of conversations about these pictures. So without further ado, let me go into the how I do something like this. All right, let me go into sharing my screen, share screen, and I have already opened the website. So this particular website is canva.com. So that's canva.com. Canva.com, and you can have either the free version or the paid version. Personally, I have the paid version because of how much I do in Canva, and so it made sense for me, because otherwise it's $1 here, $1 there, $1 here, $1 there. So in the long run, it became more cost effective and more flexible for me to just do the paid plan. All right, with that said, let's do the back of a card. So on the top right, where it says create design, directly below it, there's custom size. I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can see that. So I'm moving my cursor. Create design at the top right, where there's also the bubble with the M, because that's my initial. And under it, there's custom size. I'm going to click on custom size, and I'm going to tell the system what size of a graphic I want to make. And as you can see, it already has some preset that I've used recently, but just to show you the steps, PX, I want to change that first to inches, because I'm going to be working in inches. I don't know the other measurements, what they stand for, pixels and that kind of thing. So since I don't know how to do that, I just do inches, because I know that this is 5 by 7. So 5 is the first one, and then the height is 7. So 5 by 7 inches, and I click on create new design. All right, here we go. And we're starting from scratch. So this particular one has a film strip, and I believe that film strip is in elements. So I'm going to click on elements. You have the menu that's all the way to the left, where it says template, elements, uploads, text, photos, styles, audio, video, and so much more. So I clicked on elements, and I'm going to do a search in that search bar. Search anything from Canva. Let me do film strip, and let's see what comes up. All right, so here we have a variety of film strips, and as you can see, there's different styles. So just scrolling through the different ones. Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to go back up towards the top. And you know what? Let me use this one. Here it says Pro, and that means that when you're on the paid account, you can have all the stuff that says Pro. If you do not have a paid account, a free account, then it would be like $1 to use that one. Otherwise, you could use this one if you wanted to. This one doesn't say Pro. And let's see, what's the difference? Size, orientation, but then you can go ahead and move them around anyways. So here we go. I'm clicking on Pro. So all I did was click on it, and it went ahead and put it on my card. And let's do a different angle. Let's twist it around. So I used the little circle that has the arrows, the 2 arrows going around in a circle. That's what I used to, where I use that to drag my strip around. And let's make it bigger, even if it goes off the card, off of the image. There we go. So here we have 2. All right, and let me add another one. And I'm just playing around here, and nothing in, no particular design in train of thought, in, you know, I'm just going as I go. I'm not thinking ahead of what I'm going to do. And you know what? I want it to be about the same width. That looks like about the same width or so. There we go. All right. Okay, let's do that one. All right, next I want to add some photos in there. So I'm going to go to my uploads. So once again, I'm going to go look all the way to the left-hand side where it says uploads. And I have some photos that I have uploaded before for different things. As you can see, I have a lot of different photos that I have uploaded in here. Lots of different photos. Oh, you know what? Let's do this one. So I'm clicking on that photo, and it brings it over to this side. And let me maneuver it. And I just drag it around, and then I use the circle with the two arrows to move it into that spot. And it's not quite aligned yet. You can see that the angle is slightly different. And this is the type of thing where I've been asked, how do you make it? It's like, this is something that takes time. This is something that takes time. So if this is your very first time creating something, do something more simple. Learn the system first. Learn the system first. All right. And here I'm also using my arrow keys on my keyboard, up, down, left, right, just to make minute adjustments. And next, I'm going to shrink the image a little bit more. So I'm just going to grab the corner and drag it in until it fits into that specific corner. But you know what? Then it makes it blank on that side. So let's make it a little bit bigger. And I'm gonna, on the side of the image itself, there is, instead of a circle, there's an elongated oval. I'm gonna grab that oval and crop the image. So that's for cropping, that elongated oval. So there you go, I cropped it, and I'm gonna do the same on the bottom of the image. There's an elongated oval. I've got my cursor over it, and here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and crop to make it fit inside that filter. Come on, come on. Oh, too much, too much, too much. Let's see, how do we do? Decent, decent. Oh, you know what? Let me add a little bit on this side because I cropped it a little too much. I still cropped it just a little too much. It takes me time. All right, there we go. All right, now it fits within that little space. All right, yes, creative. I love to be creative, and that's one thing that I love about send out cards is that we get to be creative. So this is another one that I've created. This is another one that I've created as far as cards. So this is actually the front of a card. That's the front of a card. This is the front of a card. This is the front of another card. Before emojis, there was so a lot of fun. This is actually one that was shared. I forget who shared this one, but it was created, and it's 21 ways for realtors, real estate agents that can you send out cards. This is another one that I've created, and this is the front, and I used Canva to create this one. This is Canva. This is another one that I created. This one I sent to myself, and this was for a graduation event. This is another front that I created. That was for the Halloween card. Oh, check this out. Check this out. Okay, Halloween card. I did it as a 3-panel card to where, okay, the front, you have, it says trick or treat. And then when you opened it, these first 2 panels, here's the recipe for my honey's yummy vegan cheesecake. So here I sent the recipe. So one side, so this is the ingredients, and then the instructions start here. And then I've got the black eyes to match the back, you know, that back panel. You can see the black eyes to the matching. And then a Halloween picture. So this is me. This is a Halloween photo, and that's using a filter. This is using a filter. I think the filter was in on Snapchat. It might have been a Snapchat or Instagram filter, but it was a filter to where instead of sending the image, I saved it on my phone. So that's like a picture of me in a mirror, and it did like the red makeup, lips, and the vampire teeth, and some blood dripping. And then I put the title of what I am, which is the vegetarian vampire. My favorite drink, muscadine drink elixir. And yes, actually that is my favorite, but it's not a drink, but this is it. And okay, I'm going to show you just how red this thing is. I'm just going to see how red this stuff is. It looks like blood. but it's actually from the muscadine grape. Uh, and it is delicious. Okay. Uh, okay, there we go. All right, so that's I called it my favorite drink is the muscadine grape elixir because yes, I am vegetarian, so technically as a vampire, I would not drink blood, right? And then on the back, so when you open the card, you have also a flap on the inside. I still got some muscadine grape there. It's yummy stuff. So back here, I have jokes, and they are like, what do vegetarians and vampires have in common? They don't eat steak. Boom, boom. Oh, here's one that's a very apropos for sending cards. What does the mail carrier deliver vampires? Fang mail. Fang, F-A-N-G, mail. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, and there's more jokes, but let me get back to this one. Okay, here, let me just add another picture. So I just clicked on another picture of mine. There, I'm wearing an afro that is from a fundraiser event that we were doing for folks that are going through cancer treatment. And so we have a gal in town that used to sell wigs, and she also would do wigs for cancer patients. So that was for the awareness. Let me see, that's not going to fit there. So let me do the little cropping here using the same thing, the same method again. Crop, crop, crop. Did I crop it enough? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna move it up just a little bit and that way a little bit. Do we have it? Okay, but as you can see here, it's not in the right position because the picture is going over the other film strip. So I need to make it go back a little bit. So I'm gonna click on the picture again, and then there is a menu to where it says position. And if you look the menu bar for Canva, all the way to the right, there's a little garbage can, and then there's two little clipboards with a plus sign, and then a little lock, and then two circles together. And so these are different things that you can use. What I'm going to click on is where it says position. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to click on backward. So I want to make that photo go backward once. Let's see, was that enough? Okay, there we go. That was enough. Now you can see that it's behind the other film strip. All right, and you know what? That film strip has a white edge. I'm going to remove the white edge. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to crop that white edge. There we go. And I'm going to crop the white edge on the top side. There we go. All right, that way we can see more of the rest of the film strip, right? All right, well, let's add another photo. Let's see what else. We got the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Let's see what other photos. Okay, so this particular picture, we're going to put it right next to the astronaut picture. So the astronaut picture, there's a funny story with that one too. We were in Florida for a conference, and that's for the health and wellness company that I represent, which is called Shackley. If you want more information on that, you can just go to liveabetterway.com where you can see everything that I do. All the businesses that I do, my books, links for freebies, everything is on there. And I'm actually flying out on Tuesday for the next convention. Here we go. Do I have it? Oh, there's still a little bit of white on the side. Let's make it bigger. Oh, a little too big there. And there's a funny story about this particular picture. All right, let's see. Where can I crop? All right, let me crop just a little bit. I don't want to crop Roger's head though. Okay, so Roger Barnett. There we go. Okay, so I crop top of that picture just a little bit. Okay. I'm going to have to adjust there. Okay, so Roger Barnett, he is the CEO of the company. He's an amazing man. both his family, they are phenomenal in what they do in the community, their talents, including the kids. But what was that? Okay, not an earthquake, right? All right, let's see. Oh, it's not centered. But in this particular picture, we had just done a flash mob. We had just done a flash mob dance to where we had prepared for it ahead of time. The gal that organized it, she had sent us a video to where it was like, if you want to participate in a flash mob, let me know, kind of thing. And then we all got a video to practice. So we were sent that privately, and then she was able to coordinate with somebody from corporate for a place for us to practice at least one time together before actually doing it as a flash mob. Okay, there we go. That's a good one. All right, and I'm going to look for some more pictures. So looking for so we practiced, and then after we did the flash mob. And there we are posing for photos. He came over, and guess what? I started rubbing on his jacket, and to where I just started going like, oh, this is so soft. I wonder what it's made of, to where I'm just thinking that in my head, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just rubbing the back of our CEO. Is he going like, who is this creepy person? So I crack up every time that I see that photo. It reminds me of that. All right, let's see. I'm looking for some other photos that I might want to use. Let's see. No, don't want to use those at the moment. Lots of photos. Let's see. Looking for vertical and horizontal. Oh. Okay, yeah, I could use that, but then my kids are cropped. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna use this one. And while it's gonna get cropped, I know I'm already gonna start cropping the top of that one. And I'm gonna be putting it over here. So this is the one and only time that my mom came to visit me in Hawaii. Woo, I'm not crying. Yes, I am. It's a good cry. It's a good cry. Okay. The one and only time that my mom came to visit me in Hawaii. And I was pregnant in that photo. I was pregnant with our oldest. I was pregnant with Joseph. And there, that picture was taken at a.k.a. Falls on the island. We were on our way to go visit my midwife. And that's where my mom got to hear Joseph's heartbeat for the first time. All right, there we go. So we have that photo. You can see the waterfall in the background there behind her, and that's a.k.a. Falls. Let's see, any other photos I could use just for fun. So we have spots for a couple more photos, and as you can see, the background, those photos are going to get cropped. So what I'm going to do instead, okay, I'm going to go to photos, and I'm just going to pull some random photos that I'm going to want to use on there, photos that are on Canva. So once again, all the way to the left, there's that menu where it says template, element, uploads, text, and I'm going to click on photos, and I'm going to look for, let me look for flowers. Let's see. Oh, are there green flowers? I'm going to type green flowers. Oh, there is green flowers. Awesome. Okay. You know what? I like this one. So I'm going to put this one over here. And it's going to go in the spot that's back here. So I want to do some cropping. Because as you can see, all we're going to have is just a very smidge of that image. Sherry. I'm just showing how I use Canva to create the back of my cards because in the last 2 days, I've been asked 3 times, how do you make that back on the back of your card? Let's see, there we go. And so here I'm just walking from scratch, and like I had one person asking, can I do that on my phone? It's like, well, with the program that I use, you might be able to use your phone, but that's going to be a big learning curve if you don't have a computer. Because as you can see, I'm doing a lot of maneuvering. Let's see, what other flowers might I want to use? Oh, you know what? I'm going to use those daisies, and I'm going to do the daisies in the back of the astronaut one. So for that, I'm going to go like this. And as you can see right now, it's covering up the astronaut. But let me crunch it, crop it. Aha. Let's see. Don't want to, there we go. So I'm just making it in the space. And then once again, I need to change the positioning of that photo. Yeah, you caught me on time. Thanks for stopping by. And if you have questions on how I got to this part, you can just watch the replay later. Since it's live, you'll be able to have the replay. So here I still have the image highlighted. And once again, I'm going to click on position. So position is that top, almost top menu bar to where there's the garbage can and the clipboard with a plus sign and the little lock and so on that menu. There's position, so I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to make it go backward once, and I'm going to see if it's in the right position or if I need to go backward one more time. Okay, so backward once, that was not enough. Okay, so I'm going to click on it again, position, backward. All right, let's see, there we go. There we go, and it took it to the back, but it's right now, it's behind the astronaut, but it's not behind that film strip. So let me go ahead and do position one more time, backward one more time, and now let's take a look. And there we go, the image went all the way behind to where it looks like it's part of that last film strip. And I'm just noticing that it needs to be a little bit more, just a little smidge over here. You know what? Let me make this bigger. It's going to be easier to make the adjustments by making it bigger. Oh, and here you can see that I need to adjust things a little bit more. Yeah, see, this is the kind of stuff that takes time to where when people go, whoa, how'd you make that? I want to make one. That's perfectly fine. Just realize that if you don't have time to do this, or if you don't like to be creative, then don't do it. Right? Okay, so there's that one, but then I also wanted to adjust the flower that I put back here. Oh, is that right? Okay. Oh, and then you know what? I'm noticing this one is just too much over here. So the green rose, yeah, it was too much over here. And need to squish it just a little bit more. So it's just one of those things to where it's just back and forth. This is the kind of stuff that takes time. There we go. And I'm noticing that my astronaut needs to be slightly adjusted. So this was fun to do that astronaut picture, by the way. And that was over me right there in the white. And that's my bestie on one side and my little sister on the other side. All right, so there we go. So, oh, you know what? I still need to this one just lightly because it's still too much white. There we go. All right, back to the black line. Okay, here we go. So we have we have one spot, two spot to have something image related. But since they are very just portions of images, once again, I'm just doing pictures. Let's see. So I did green flowers for one. Let's do, let's see there. since, let's see, there's my Afro photo, there's me and my mom at the waterfall. Oh yeah, you're welcome to watch the replay anytime, Tina. If you have any questions, just let me know. And if for some reason, if I don't catch your question while we're on live, I'll go back to it later, and I can also do another tutorial at another time for something else. Let's see. Oh, here's giving me also magic recommendations for pictures. So I'm going to click on see all and see what kind of pictures I might like to add on here. There's greens. Oh, daffodils. Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to X out of the magic recommendations at the top, and I'm going to put lily. No, that's not the right flower. Oh, that's because it's not called lily. I want to find the Mayflower. I want to find the Mayflower. And the reason for the Mayflower is, wait, these are not Mayflowers. What are the little white flowers called? Do you know what they're called? Do you know what they're called? Tina, Sherry, what are they called? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. So this one right here. Okay, so I'm going to put that one because there's that strip where there's me and my mom. The only time that she came to visit out here. But my mom loves these flowers. So, and I haven't seen my mom in years. Not that I haven't tried. There have been circumstances. Oh, it's getting cut off. It's getting cut off quite a bit. Let's see. When we shrink it, do we see them a little bit more? Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we see the tip of Mayflowers. And as you can see, the image is overlapping on the film strip. So once again, I need to change the position. So I'm going to click on position, going to go backward once. Was that enough? No. Okay, so I'm going to do it backwards one more time. Was that enough? Yep, there we go. So we've got the little Mayflower right here. And here we still have a spot, little corner for an image. So no matter what the image is, it doesn't really matter at this point. So here, let me do this one. And I can even just crop. Oh, let me do some adjusting here. Flip it to where it just gives a little splash of color. And it still looks like there's a photo of some sort. There we go. So there's a splash of color. Let me do a full to where you can see the whole creation for now. There we go. So there's one bit. Oh, you know what? I'm just noticing that my picture with the afro, I need to adjust it because it's way out of the strip. All right, escape. Let me make it bigger so you can see what I'm doing. See how it's going over the little pukas, the little holes? We call them pukas out here. Little holes are called pukas. So I need to crop it. There we go. Don't want to crop too much. All right, there we go. All right, so here we have it. But you know what? I have a lot of blank space. So let me do something in the very background. And so for that, I'm going to go once again. Yes, Lilies of the Valley. Thank you. Mayflower called Lilies of the Valley. Can you place your website here, please? So my website is liveabetterway.com. And what I can do is I can also place it on the back of the card. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at backgrounds. So all the way to the left in that menu where there's elements and uploads and text and photos, I'm going to scroll it down so you can see this one. I'm making it move up and down, up and down, up and down. And one of those is background. So I'm going to click on background. And let me see, I don't want to do a landscape. Let me see if there's a desk of some sort, maybe. Like maybe these could be laying on a desk. No, there's no background for a desk. Okay, let me do wall. Some sort of a wall. Let's see, to where it might have some colors without being like too much. Let's see. Let's see, what does this look like? See, I like nature stuff. No. Oh, but you know what? That shows me that this strip that the one where I have the afro, I did not remove the outer white the outer white. I did not crop it. So let me go ahead and crop that on the sides. There we go. All right, so that's cropped. But you know what? I don't like that background. That's fine. Let me scroll through some other background, other bricks. Oh, let's see, bricks. No, that see, if it was completely gray, I know this may sound weird, but if it was completely gray, that would remind me of my grandfather's backyard. Yeah. Okay, so no, I don't want any of those. All right, let's see. What's this one? This one, I'm iffy on that one. I'm iffy on that one. Let's see. What's this one? It looks like a terracotta type of thing. Oh, you know what? I like that. Okay. And it's the kind of thing to where as I play around, if something makes me go, ooh, I like that, then I stick to it. I don't go, ooh, I like that, and let me keep looking some more. So here we go. And then because this is the back of my card, what I like to do on the back of all my cards is to have contact information. So here on this particular one is just my name, email, and phone number. This one actually has our whole email address, mailing address, website. So here we go. I'm going to add text, and that means we're almost done. All right, let me scroll back towards the top a little bit. So there's template, elements, uploads, and text. I'm going down on the side on the left. So I'm going to click on text, and I'm going to add text body. Clicking on that, and see how I put that in the middle of the card, and it's highlighted in blue at the moment. It says add a little bit of body text. I want to move that already into the space where I want to use it. Now, keep in mind when you are creating the back of your cards is that when they go to printing, unless there's bulk printing done. So if it's bulk printing, there's not going to be a QR code. But if it's printed as regular cards, and once again, don't mind my nail polish, there is a tiny, tiny little QR code. And this QR code is the code that tells everything about your card. What colors, what images, what text, what fonts, what style of card. Is it a 2-panel? Is it a 3-panel like I had earlier? Where's my 3-panel? Yeah, like, is it a 3-panel? Is it a postcard? Is it the flat card? Does it have a gift that will go along with it? What is the address that it needs to go to? So all that is coded in that tiny little QR code right there. Because I've had some people go, oh, can I remove that QR code because I don't see it when I'm working on my card? It's like, no, that QR code is going to go there because it tells the machine everything about your card so that it goes to the right person. It's got the pictures, the colors, everything that you want. And if you wanted to add brownies or anything else to go along with the card, jewelry, books, stuffed animals, all that stuff, then the right stuff will go along with it. Now, the reason why I like to put all my contact information now on the back of my cards is that I've had people reach out to me and go, oh, I don't have your address. And I go, oh, do you have one of my cards? And it's been, yes. And that just happened on Friday. Somebody reached out saying, oh, I don't have your address. And I'm like, oh, I just sent you a birthday card. Did you receive it? And they're like, yeah. And they showed me a picture. I'm like, look at the back. My address is on the back. Boom, boom. There we go. All right, so here, add a little body of text is highlighted in blue, and I'm just going to start typing. But you know what? Let me make it bigger so you can see what I'm doing. Oh, and I'm realizing that this one, I didn't crop it enough. This strip has too much white on one edge. So, oh, come on. I know. And see, this is the kind of thing too where, like I said, it takes me time and I just do some adjusting. Was that too much? I think it was just slightly too much. Is it still? Yeah. Ah, little bit, little bit. Come on. Let's see. Is that fine? All right. There we go. I can live with that. I can live with that. And that way we can see the little daisy a little bit more in the back. Yay. All right. But let me, where it says add a little bit of body text, let me go ahead and click on that, highlight the whole thing. So to highlight the whole thing, I just did a double click. I don't know if your computer is the same way. Some computers are a little different, but that's how it is for mine. I just double click and it highlights the whole thing. And so what am I going to put on there? I'm going to put all my contact information. Well, hey, Faith, thanks for hopping on. I've had a lot of people asking me how I do the back of my cards. So this is a full-on demo from start to finish, especially this particular one that I have right now. I've had three people in the last 2 days ask me about it. How did I make it? So this is a full-on tutorial. And so what I like to do is to have all our information to where I put both me and my husband, because I think that from a professional and business standpoint, since I do communicate with men as well, I want them to know that I do have a husband and I'm very happily married. And that's why also, even on the back, on this particular back, there's like pictures of me hugging my husband and there's our family photo. So that's something that I do myself that I think is important. And that when I send a card to where it's got husband and wife included in the card, I put the wife's name first in the salutation. Just because I want the wife to be reassured that even though I'm sending cards to the husband, and that sometimes it's cards for both, that there's no, it's only strictly like a business relationship. It's just one of my quirks, you could say. All right, let's see. So I put my art name and address, and then I also my phone number. And I know it's hard to see here at the moment, and I'm going to change the font. Once I have everything typed, I'm going to play around with the fonts until I have something that I like. Okay, and my email and my website, liveabetterway.com. All right. And you know what? Yeah, definitely. I want to have, let's see, what if I make it bold? Great thinking. Thank you. Let's see. I know that that's not going to be it, but let's see. I want to play also with the placement because of how everything's going to turn out. Okay, you know what? I have a thought. Let me shrink it a little bit so we can see the whole entire card. Let me shrink it. It's still too big. Okay. There we go. There we go. So we can see the card. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fade the background a little bit so that the print, so that the words show up more. So I'm going to click on background. And that menu that I was showing earlier where there's position, because it's the background, it's a background, it doesn't have a position. You can't bring a background towards the front. It stays in the background, but you can change the transparency of that background. So better than a photographer. I don't know what that means, but I've taken some pictures to where I've been told, Mom, let me do it. I won't tell which child. That's okay. All right. So here at that top where there's the little garbage can, the little padlock, then the third one in is transparency. So I'm going to click on transparency and I'm going to play with that gauge. I'm going to see, I can move it around to make it like to where it's almost like not there, but I still want it there. So I'm just playing around with the transparency. Do I still want, let's see how that turns out with transparency at 71. Do I want that particular font? I think that particular font is fine. Oh, but you know what? There's something else I wanted to add, so that I may need a little bit more space. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. All right, let's see. Let me move it around a little bit. I'm going to shrink it a little bit. Aha, let's see. And see here, this is what I do when I create the back of a card. I just start playing. I just start playing with it. It's not like, oh, this is how it's going to be. This is what I'm doing. It's like, no, I'm just playing. Okay, let's see. I want it to be a little bit more this way. All right, let me blow it at full screen so we can see if I like that one. To where that's slightly bigger. No, that's about full size actually. So that is totally readable. It's not a big like, here's my contact information, but it is readable. It's a font that is crisp. I've used fonts before. I don't have one right here, but I've used fonts before to where it's very script-like and it's actually harder to read for some people. So something that is more of a block type letter is easier for most people to read. And so there we go. Did I put my name right? Is all my contact information right? liveabearway.com, marianneroos@gmail.com, 808-345-2897. Yep. All right. Okay. So we have that right. But then there was something else I wanted to add. So let me click on escape to bring him back out of the full screen view. Oh, by the way, when you're working in Canva and you want to do a full screen view, on the very bottom of your screen, there is a bubble with a question mark. And then next to that bubble, there's a little square that has arrows going in opposite direction. And that's to get to full screen view when you click on that. And then to escape out of that, you just press your escape button. Okay, but there's one more piece of text that I wanted to add. So one more time, add a little body of text, and I'm going to move it to a different position, and it's already highlighted. So I can, here, I'm going to make it bigger so you can see what I'm doing. Double click, highlight it again. All right. Life is like a camera. Focus on what's important. Let's see. Capture the good times. Negatives. As you can see, I'm going off of the card here. I'll adjust it here in a little bit. And the thing is, if there's something you don't like, you can also always take it out. Okay, so I'll move it to make it fit better. Let me shrink here. I have like, it's 206. And keeping in mind that the QR code is going to be there at the bottom, so I don't want that to be covered. So let me put that here. And I'm thinking I might put a little something behind that. Let's see. Let's take a look in the elements. Okay, I'm going to take a look in the elements. So once again, I'm going all the way to the left. See, I'm just playing one at a time. One thing at a time. Let me see this one. And shrink it. Adjust it. To where it's just one piece. Is that in the right positioning? I know the words are not positioned right for it, but I'm just playing around with the positioning. Okay. All right. Oh, and I love black and white photography, by the way. I love black and white photography. But you know what? That doesn't match. It doesn't match the other strip. So is there one that has just one piece? No, but there's one that has three pieces. Okay. I'm going to take the three pieces. Let me make it bigger. Then I'm going to crop it. See, this is how I do this. I just play around. Oh, is it not going to give me an option to crop the side on this one? Oh, how come it doesn't have a crop? Oops. This image doesn't have an option for cropping. Okay, all right, then I don't want it. It's probably because that's a pro one. Okay, maybe. Okay, let me take this one. See, I'm just moving some stuff around so I can play around with it. And what happened to the cropping? Aha. What happened to the cropping? Okay, all right, see how I did, let me just crop this one again. I just double clicked on it. And there we go. I'm just playing around. Okay. Done. And I want to move it. No, I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, never mind. Is there another one that I like? Yeah, let's see that one is for a film, not a photo one. Okay, fine. I can do something else. Okay, let me bring it back. Let me bring it back. Okay, so let's see, a different kind of element. I'm going to clear the search of film strip, and I'm going to do here where it says lines and squares. I'm going to do that square that has the rounded corners. And it's bright and green. I want to move it, and I'll be changing the color of it. That's for sure. I'm going to be changing the color of it. And so see, the one reason why I do this to where I'm bringing more focus on everything but my contact information and my website is that because I don't want it to be looked at as advertising, but to where people still have a way to get a hold of me, my contact information. Let me make things bigger so we can see what we're working on. Yeah, I still want people to have my contact information and stuff. To where if they want to check out my website, they can. I've had quite a few people go to my website and then send a free card since I have, freebies on there, or people can sign up for a free 30-day mindset reset. So yeah, I have a good number of freebies on my link. All right, let's see. I don't want it to be green. Let me change the color. And it's showing me just like in send out cards to where now in the creation we can do it shows us the colors that are used in the catalog cards. It's showing me different colors that are used in this one, and here there is the colors for the background. So let me see, do I want to use that? I want something that's is a little different without being too different. No, no. See, I'm just playing around. Or do I want to go with white? I'm going to go with white. Let me see. I'm going to try something. Okay. All right. So I've got the color, and let me see if I can change the transparency of that white. I have not tried that. So I'm going to click on this one where I have for the shape It's got the whole menu for the shape where it's got where I can change color. I can do a border around it, but I don't want to do that. So let me see if those three little dots, which is called the hamburger menu, says more. Do I have transparency? Yes, I have option for transparency. So let me go to transparency. See, I'm just experimenting. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. That way you can still see the stuff in the background. All right, I think I've got it. Let me go back to full screen, the full preview. Let me move myself here. But yeah, full preview. So that's the size of the card. And as you can see, it's different than this one. This one has three different strips. And I just created it on the go. You saw me create it from start to finish. And let's see, do I want to do anything with my contact information? Thank you, Sherry. Very nice. Yeah, thank you. Do I, for my contact information, there's something about it I don't like. I think it's the font. I think it's the font that I don't like. So let me play around with fonts. Okay, I'm going to escape out of the full screen so that we can see what I'm doing. Let me make it bigger. And there we go. Highlight. Let me look at different fonts. Different fonts. So basically, I highlighted my text and I clicked on where it says Open Sunlight, which is the current font that it has. That opened up the menu with the rest of the font. You gave me an idea for an album cover. Ooh, I'm glad that it sparked creativity for you. Let's see. Let me try Satisfy. Nope. No, because like the HI for Hawaii makes it a little too harder to read. Okay, let's scroll through. Does anything catch my eye? Scrolling through the fonts. See, a lot of programs have their menus on the left for different things. Let's see. I like the Amsterdam stuff, but that one's too neon. I like that too, but it's too swirly. Well, let's try Aprilla. Okay. No, it's got too many, still too many swirls of it. Okay. Architecture. Let's try that one. Okay, let's make it a little bit bigger. And move it around a little bit. Let's see. Let's go to full screen preview. No. Not back to drawing board, but let's play around again. So I'm going to click again on the name of the font. And yeah, I need something that's a little bit more bold. Archivo. That might do it. Okay, preview. Okay, that's the one. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to remove the space that is in between city, state, and zip code and my phone number. I think that's all I need to do. Or we can get fancy again. Okay. One last little thing. Okay. Here's my water. Okay, back in elements. Let me see if I can let's swirl. Excuse me. Let's see. Maybe this one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Take two, where is this little something? No, we can't even see it. Okay. Escape. Can I change the color of the swirl? Oh, okay. It's not letting me click on the swirl. Okay, let me move the text. Click on the swirl. I can change the color of the squirrel. Okay, so I've clicked on the squirrel, the swirl. So at the top, there's the menu for what I've got clicked on. So I can edit image, I can crop, I can flip. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, there's also a little block that says color. I'm going to click on that and let me turn it to black. There we go. That way it will match the text. Once that's done, I bring text back. By golly, I got it. I like it. There we go. I like it. All right. That's yeah. There we go. So that's the new back for a card of mine. So who will be the very first person to receive this new back? I don't know yet. Ho, ho, ho. All right, so I just clicked escape. And so what I want to do next is save it to my computer. So I want to pull it out of Canva and save it to my computer. So for doing that, there is a share button. So that's on the top right above that little garbage can. Yes, I am okay. I just swallowed some spit the wrong way or something. So it's a good thing I have my cup of water. Oh, look, with my little cozy on it. But yes, I am fine. Yeah, and yeah, I like that little swirl. So here I'm going to click on the share button that's on the top right hand side, and it's going to give me the different options for sharing, where I can send it to somebody, like I can send to where somebody can preview and give me their insights on it, that type of thing. But what I want to do is download. So in that menu bar, I can scroll down until I can see everything. You can see you can also share on social media. You can get your designs printed and so on. Here, we're going to do our own printing through Send Out Cards, to where we create our cards online. And basically, we create our cards online, and then our headquarters do the printing for us. We don't have to have all those gigantic machines, high quality paper, high printing, to where it's even protected for the sun, because these photos stay nice and crisp for a long time. I've had people that even 5-6 years later are showing me cards that I sent them that they still have kept. By the way, ladies, if you're getting value from this, feel free to press the like button or the hearts button. If we're not friends on Facebook, and Tina and Sherry, I know that we're already friends, but if you're not following me, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, since I'm going to upload this to YouTube, feel free to follow me. And also, if you do get value from this, feel free to share it with other people. And if someone is catching the replay and you're finding the replay by stumbling upon it, and you have any questions on why I do the back of these cards for Send Out Cards, if you have any questions about Send Out Cards, ask me. But if somebody shared this with you, ask them, because they just might be a representative for the company and they can help you get started. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and download this to my computer. So I'm going to click on download, and it's going to give me the options of how to download. And PNG is what they suggest. When you use the little arrow in that menu, it opens up all the options. I'm opening it just so that you can see all the options, but I'm going to keep it as PNG. But this is a great program also to do PDFs and all sorts of things. So I'm leaving it as PNG. And If I want to do transparent background, I could do that. Can you share it on your like page? I believe you can. I believe you can. If for some reason it doesn't work, let me know. Maybe maybe you need a specific link to put on there. I don't know, but you should be able to share it. Let's see. All right, I'm ready to download it. It's got my settings already saved of how I like to download things and where I want to download it. So I click on download and there we go. It's saving it and is going to put it on my computer in my downloads folder to where then from there I can bring it into my Send.Cards account and I have a brand new back. So that is all, ladies and gentlemen, for the gentlemen that will catch the replay, because right now it's all of us ladies here. We have a brand new back for my cards. Yes, these are extensive as far as creating, but you know what? It creates a lot of conversations and it helps me also in building relationships with everyone that I send cards to, because not only am I building relationship through sending cards to them, but we're building relationships because then we end up having conversations about what's on the back of the cards. So thank you for hopping in. And until next time, hooey ho, toodle pip. If you have questions of how to, let me know so that I can do another tutorial for you. All right, Tina and Sherry, thanks for hopping on. Aloha, ladies.